And a good Friday to you. Look at this. We still have folks working at home today. Lots of kids now are viewers of employees who are taking us in every day and watching and seeing what we have to say. Some familiar faces there, Katie and her family, and a lot of folks working from home. Also still folks out in the field doing what they do best, keeping us all connected. And we can't forget our furry friends at home either. They're ones there for us now as well, to pet, to love, to enjoy. And there's a special shot coming up next. There's my dog Pearl taking the work from home very seriously there on a laptop, doing what she does best. So here we are live in the studio this morning. We are live noon on the East Coast, 9 a.m. On the West Coast, and we are back with Hans, Christy, and we have Guru joining us today. So as we do, let's get right to it. Hans, updates please, sir.
Good morning and good afternoon or good evening wherever you are, guys. First of all, it's great to have you all on here. One thing that I want to really thank you all for is that how many people are attending this Up to Speed Live. I mean, we have up to 40,000 people or employees being on the broadcast, and of course a lot of replays as well. So that tells us that this is something very important that Jeremy and the team and the communication team is putting together every morning and to what we're communicating. I always going to remind you of what is our mission in this crisis, and the mission is, of course, keep all of us employees safe and healthy. That's the number one. And then secondly, keep the infrastructure up. That's very important as well. There's so many people relying on it. I spoke yesterday about all the people I'm talking to, customers that really rely on Verizon in this moment to actually be operating and keep this country and many countries up running by using communication. I want to tell you a story from yesterday, and I was on live on CNBC with a very famous anchor, Jim Cramer. He told me a story about that. He called in to the Verizon customer care on Tuesday or Wednesday night, had a big problem with his computer. Somebody that was called Josh helped him out and fixed everything. It was in the middle of the night. And Jimmy asked him about, so what's your surname? Because I'm going to tell Hans how great you are. And Josh, he told him that this is our normal work here. This is normal business. I don't want to give you my surname. I think that tells a lot about our team out there. Thank you very much.
Hans, thank you.
Back to you.
Thank you for that, Hans. And I think a great reminder, we have so many people who are out working from home. They're working in the field, keeping people connected. So stick around for a special thank you message for them at the end of our show today. Like Hans said, we can't say thank you enough, so we'll say it over and over again. So also joining us today via the web here, we're going to bring in Guru from Verizon Media. Guru, how are things with you and the team? And, you know, a special thanks to the Yahoo finance team, keeping people connected, and folks around the world. What's the latest with Verizon Media today?
Hey, thanks, Jeremy. Thanks, Hans, for sharing the story. I think, you know, this is who we are as Verizon. It gives me immense pride to be with this family and during these trying times. So back to your question, Jeremy. Look, first and foremost, as Hans said, the health of our employees and our communities is the very, very core priority for us. And at this point at Verizon Media, nearly everyone is working from home. We have a small number of employees in data centers and other critical areas who are coming into our offices, maintaining those important services. We are actively monitoring teams across the globe, like our team in Italy, who are now in week 6 of a complete lockdown and challenging situation, as we all know. But they've done an amazing job staying resilient in these challenging times. And we're also working to help a critical few employees like, you know, Stephanie Goldberger, who's in our native strategy team, who's stranded now in Peru, where the company has now closed the borders. So my message to all others who may be in similar situations, stay strong, stay calm. We are here to help, and we will get through this together and stronger. I'm massively proud, you know, of course, of our teams, how they're handling the challenging work environment while continuing to deliver for our customers. Back to Hans's example as well. For our consumers, we continue to deliver trusted news updates and original content. With so much misinformation out there, more than ever, consumers need a more reliable and trusted source. And that's why, you know, we created our coronavirus hub page. Our hub now is linked across the entire ecosystem. Our editorial teams are rapidly updating 24/7 every day. Our tech and engineering teams have been doing a fantastic job of getting the hub up to set up quickly, but its functionality over the last few months and really being ready. We're also seeing a huge increase in our monthly active users in key areas that are delivering some of these core human needs, finance and news across our ecosystem. You've also seen significant demand for our editorial talent to appear as subject matter experts on competitor news broadcasts and publications, Good Morning America, CNN, and other areas. So that's a testament to the credibility of content and team we have. And then on the B2B side, our advertisers and publishers side, the team is doing a tremendous job connecting with our customers virtually. Our sales team has been building on their partnerships and finding new solutions to meet their needs. Our ad and video platform continue to deliver seamless experiences as the teams monitor performance and traffic closely. And as we're all focused on now how we can help the society at large. So not only are we keeping our communities connected and informed, but we've also looked outward to help other organizations. We're donating ad space to World Health Organization and are also planning doing more with ad donations. So more to come on that soon. Thanks, Chairman.
Good. Guru, thanks so much. And you talk about your teams figuring out new ways to work. We've caught up with Erin Bigelow from your studio team earlier this week. I want to play a quick soundbite from her about how they're keeping Yahoo Finance on the air right now.
It's forced us to move really quickly, to get really creative really fast. These last couple of days, it's felt like we're doing everything we can to save the life of the product of Yahoo Finance. The show must go on, and it did, and people got their financial news as they know and trust Yahoo Finance to be able to deliver.
So important for those reminders of everything that's out there. Christy joining us in studio today. Christy, what's the latest that you have for our employees around the world?
Thanks, Jeremy, and thanks for all the V-teamers that are tuning in to watch. I think right now, obviously, we're at the end of a week of our daily broadcasts. Very excited, as Hans mentioned, to know that this is reaching so many of you. We're in high uncertainty, and in times of high uncertainty, we know that there's one thing we want you to know you could count on, and it's that the leaders of Verizon are here, working every day in meetings that Hans is holding to make sure that we're doing all the right things for you and for our customers around the world. So we, with that in mind, overhauled the employee webpage yesterday, got a lot of great feedback from you. There's a new Ask Christy button, so if there's something you still don't see that you need, you write me and we're working on it. We got 160 messages overnight. We're answering those, many of that's on the webpage, so obviously we could keep formatting it so you could find it more readily. In addition, there'll be a message going out, or many of our retail employees were asking how to access that, so you'll be getting instructions by one of our VENS messages, our Verizon Emergency Notification System, because we want all of our V-teamers connected into the latest of what's going on with COVID-19, how it affects us, and how it affects you. I also want to share that we have, if we look back, where were we a week ago? We really just began to embrace what was coming at us with COVID-19 around the world. And we have just moved and really lived the premise of being agile. We now have, as I mentioned earlier this week, been dramatically moving work to home and shifting ways that we do work that cannot be done from home. So we have, if we look, Guru's mobilized the majority of his organization to work remotely. Similarly, in VBG, we're approaching 90%. Most of our corporate teams are now remote. And now when we look at what we're doing with the network operators, who, as you heard from Hans earlier, we have some roles that just have to be out there. These are considered critical infrastructure for governments around the world. We've worked to get garage homing so folks can stay at their home and not have to come to the central garage. And we've prioritized the dispatch calls. Kevin's service and his team, Gina, are out there communicating that, and you should see that flow through to the calls that are really just about critical connectivity to the homes. And finally, Ronan and Krista and their teams, you heard from him earlier this week, continuing to make dramatic moves to take offline distribution points in stores that are not critical, but also making sure as really an entree into our network, people have, if they need access to a location, to get physical support. So I just want to say thanks to all the V-teamers and all the leaders that are finding new ways of working. We're also going to be running additional information for ways that you could do connectivity, ways to manage remote teams, ways to keep people connected, and also offer our employee assistance services via WebEx or other platforms that you can use for group communications over telecommunications. So really trying to stay connected to all of you in this time. Thanks so much.
Christy, thank you so much. So let's jump into some questions and answers. Obviously, you can always send your questions, email them to us at live@verizon.com. We're also taking some of those questions that come in to make sure that they are getting answered. Hans, I want to start with you. You talked about you were on CNBC yesterday, a lot of the financials, and you mentioned yesterday talking to leaders of other businesses. Wendelin wants to know, she's talking to her peers. How's this impacting us financially? What's the message you're sharing out with the market right now?
So what we have said to the market is that it's too early to see if this is going to have a material impact on our business. Of course, there are things that's going to be changed, but it's too early to say. What I also shared yesterday when I talked to the market was basically saying that, hey, this is going to be a very tough time going forward. But what I feel is that we as a company, with everything we're doing, we're going to emerge even stronger out of this. You need to have that with you as well. And I think that given how important communication becomes and how great we are on that and how great the employees we have, I think we just need to see that light in a tunnel. It's hard to see right now. I mean, it's going to take some time, and that's I'm the first one to admit. But we cannot lose the faith that we're going to be an even stronger company coming out of this. And I'm certain about it. And that's what I tell the market, I tell the customers, that we're doing that as well. So that's why I'm also stressing all the time that how we're working as a leadership team and how I know that many of you are working out there, that you deal with this pandemic and the special circumstances, but you're also trying to have the business as usual, continue to run this company forward. And I think that's a big differentiator how we are dealing with this right now, and we just need to continue to do it. So that's how I talk to the market, and I think that the market understands us and they think that we're doing the right things.
Yeah, and you mentioned new ways of working. We talk about the folks who are working from home. I'm going to bring in one of our colleagues from Verizon Media, a special guest for us today. Yu Young Suggs is on the team there. She's working right now with 2 little kids. They're helping her. Yu Young, what have you learned over this week about how you can prioritize your work and still meet the demands of the business?
Yeah, Jeremy. Hi, everyone. This is Lee and Corinna. And we definitely have had a fun week. It's certainly new to this and figuring it out. But I would say, just like ourselves some slack. All of our parents, I think, have a tough job. And we've just been balancing the best we can. We have a really strong morning routine, afternoon. So being adaptable, I would say encouraging our kids to take responsibility. These girls know what's going on right now with coronavirus, and they and helping our family so much, right, girls? And that's Mr. Jeremy. And then last but not least, I would say take the help. I think everyone has been banding together, all of us parents, especially within the Slack channel, the COVID parenting Slack channel, and everyone's just been very creative to help each other out. There's a Parent Power for the Kids spreadsheet that sign up and lead a 30-minute session for all our kids to enter the store. It's really fun to see that. So it's been great so far.
Good. Yu Young, thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for sharing those moments with us today. I do appreciate it and everything you're doing. Over to Christy for a quick question, and then to Guru, talking about shelter in place. I know governors and governments are announcing that right now. What do you want to tell the employees?
Thanks, Jeremy. I think, again, in the times of uncertainty, we see governments around the world and leaders here in the United States looking to do things they can do to drive containment strategy and do everything they can to minimize the rate of transmission. And so I think the first thing everybody needs to know is no matter what, we comply with rules and laws around the world, and that you can take good solace in that, and you'll receive VENS notifications and other modes of communication if something happens that affects you personally. We very recently, after 11 o'clock last night Eastern Time, and just a few minutes as I was walking into the studio here to meet with all of you, different governors in the United States are looking to make changes. However, telecommunications is called out as one of the 16 critical infrastructures required to sustain the economy so that healthcare and pharmacies and transportation, food and other things like that can still stay connected and citizens can be served in this crisis. So we're, of course, getting to that bare bones minimum that we need to be able to support that, which we've been doing all week as we move to our aggressive work from home strategy. And so we just encourage you, hit the webpage, check your VENs, and know that if something happened, we're, of course, complying, and reach out to your supervisor or hit that inbox for us so we can answer you if your question's not answered.
Thank you, Christy. So now we'll go to Guru, and Guru mentioned it earlier, talking about being the kind of the source of truth for so many people in this. How will you and the team at Verizon Media continue to take a leadership role in what people are seeing and how they get that information, Guru?
Look, one of the things, the best part out of this, when you hear Hans, Christy, and how our teams are working through it, is a time of crisis when we also see the best in people. We, Verizon Media, we want to be looking 10 steps ahead to proactively address the changing needs of all our stakeholders. We are paying close attention to how markets, businesses, the consumer behavior continue to evolve and impacted by COVID-19, so we can proactively plan for those shifts. So, COVID-19 Hub, the coronavirus hub that I talked about, is a starting point. It's drawing tens of millions of consumers every day as a news source. So we'll continue to build. You heard about Yahoo Finance, what we're doing. Yahoo Mail, interesting enough, we talk about mental health a little bit here, right? Which is, how do you support each other, staying at home and make sure we are staying healthy physically and mentally. Communication and staying in touch with people is even more important, even though it's virtual. So Yahoo Mail, again, plays a very, very important role. So I think, we are in an interesting spot and a great spot in terms of going deeper and creating the trusted content, helping businesses as well, as I mentioned earlier, on B2B side, but also a lot of the community we are creating through Yahoo Mail and continue to grow that.
Good reminders of that. And Guru, talk about mental health. And yesterday we heard from Tammy, and we've been talking about it all week, ways to stay in touch with people. And that's a great reminder. How are you doing it right now? How's your day changed around this? So you're making sure you're mentally focused in. I know that's something you care deeply about, not only in this, but year round.
Yeah, look, this is something I've been talking about a lot with my team in our daily Q&A sessions. We, of course, want to make sure that we are delivering on our customer needs, but also we need to be taking care of ourselves and look out for one another. So now more than ever, we need to approach every situation with understanding and compassion. You've heard that a lot from all our leaders, and everyone is going through a lot, and we'll just need to be there for one another. So in terms of me and what I've given my tips is like take breaks, exercise. Actually, in a weird way, you can be even more healthier now, even though you don't get to go out and do a lot of things. I think taking breaks, meditating, exercising, few minutes. If there are not many meetings back to back with Hans, the 5 minutes before that, I at least go try to calm down and take a quick meditation if I can. But also the other thing, I'm going to do this weekend is reach out to your friends and family, text messages, call them. I've been doing that more than ever. And I think, to be honest, it's making us feel much more closer and connected. That's huge. And I think this is the most important topic for everyone. So making sure what we do, but also sharing that with our customers. So HuffPost, if anybody wants to go and see the content there, the team has been delivering a lot of tips in terms of lifestyle and mental well-being and working from home. So I would also advise everyone to go check it out in terms of what great tips we have there. And we'll continue to share that across the company, but also for our customers.
Guru, thanks so much. Always helpful there. Christy, I know we talked about it briefly yesterday. Times like this bring out the bad in people, unfortunately. Tammy said we're seeing an increase in phishing and different cyber type things against our customers. Employees may be seeing that as well. What can we do to make sure our employees are safe in this time from a phishing and cybersecurity standpoint?
Thanks for that question, and thanks for the folks out there asking that question on the live question box. I think now more than ever, be safe. Right? Don't click on links that you don't recognize. For sure, do not give out any of your personal information. This advice applies not only to protecting Verizon's information, but protecting you individually as a citizen. So if you receive a communication or an email or a text asking for your national ID number or your social security number or banking or financial information, you should not, our strong recommendation is don't provide that, and find out and verify that those sources are accurate. Please follow our recommended security protocols for accessing Verizon information, and don't give your passwords out to people that you don't know, and just use all those basic things that you know are typically good, safe precautions. And our IT teams are on high alert with our CISO teams, and that's would be my advice for our V-teamers.
Good reminder there, and that's the Cyber Information Security Organization that you're talking about. Hans, the question keeps coming up with the data hotspots. What's the latest on that?
No, I think what we have already done is a lot around our network, especially, of course, I mean, if you think about our broadband network, the Fios network, there are basically no limits on it. That's no data caps at all. What we also have, of course, the majority of our customers on the wireless, or a big portion of them, are on unlimited. That combination, of course, is we're following very closely. And then we have our priority that Tammy talked a lot about yesterday, priority for first responders, etc. So we are monitoring that at the same time to see if there are actually areas where we need to do more comfort for communities that really needs it. And we are monitoring that 24/7. I can tell you, all the ones sitting in Knox, etc., working for Kyle, they are looking into this every minute now to see if something happens. And we will see that we come up with solutions that are adequate to keeping all the communities, all our customers up running.
Yeah, and a big part of that is our retail stores, Christy. What's the latest update as far as closures and how we're operating our hours there? I know Sundays, obviously, we're not going to be there this weekend, right?
Yeah, Krista and Ronan and their teams have really looked across and said, how can they balance having access points for people to come in to get devices or support they need to enable their own work from home or their school from home strategy, or small businesses that come in and rely on our stores and distribution centers to get the products that they need to run their business in a new environment. They've been looking at geolocations and using AI to look at what stores make sense to keep open. As of this time yesterday, they had already taken upwards of almost 1,000 locations offline, and over 500 of our own stores included in that. And now they're looking more aggressively at how does that apply for some of the states that are looking at even more restrictive shelter practices. And then we also have a lot of processes for our employees to tell us how they feel about the schedules. And with the reduced crewing, we're only letting one person in the store per employee in the store, practicing social distancing. And so I feel that we continue to take measures to reduce the public exposure, and at the same time try to make sure we have connection to the market.
Good, thank you. So as we're nearing the end of this, Hans, final thoughts as we go into this weekend.
As we go into this weekend, we will of course take a pause on the Up to Speed Live during this weekend, but of course with the viewership we have, we're back Monday morning. But what we will not take leave from is of course the updates that Christy are doing on the resource page. If anything happens, you have it. And now you have the Ask Christy as well, you know, so you can ask every question you want to have there. So I think that there you have all the communication you need. And we will update it flawlessly this weekend, whatever is happening. And then we're back on this Up to Speed Live on Monday. So that's very important. But it's also a weekend. And as we have spoke yesterday, and this is times when you really need to connect with all your family and friends as well. And I really encourage you to do that in these times. If that's going to be virtual, I encourage you to do that as well, because ultimately just getting that small SMS or that call is going to be so important. Finally, I would like to end up with, in times like this, when you're a leader, you need to lead. And I think we're leading as a company in this crisis, leading in the forefront for all our stakeholders. And my job, together with my executive team, is to continue to lead and be the leader, regardless of circumstances. And right now, we have a circumstance that's really tough with this pandemic. We're going to lead through this, and we're going to come out stronger from it. That's our conviction, and that's how we operate every day here. So thank you for everything you're doing. It's just amazing. Thank you, V-Teamers.
Thank you, Hans, for that leadership. And I think we see leadership from the top to bottom as well. As Christy, thank you. Guru, thank you. And we're ending today with a way to say thanks to so many of the folks, so many of our V-teamers around the world who are working day in and day out. You have amazed all of us. We heard the great story that Han shared earlier from Jim Kramer. So we're going to end today with a thank you video. And if you'd like to, share a thank you video, we're not requiring this by any means, but it's always nice to share the thanks with folks. You can obviously always tag us on social media at VZ Up to Speed News, #ForwardTogether, because it is so important in this time that we say thank you. I thank you. We will be back with you Monday at noon. Let's close with this thanks.
Here's a shout out to all you who make this possible. For my high school seniors to do their remote learning.
Spencer, what class are you working on?
Psychology.
Statistics.
Gym class.
For our oldest, like the others, he's been gaming up a storm. For my wife, Dawn, she's been going through chemo, so we're really all trying to be extra careful. Dawn works for a global nonprofit. She's been able to keep her large team virtually connected so they can all carry on.
That made me think about Kenya as a program. They're institutionally strong.
I write videos for Verizon to help everyone see how much their work matters. I wanted to make this video to thank all of you who keep us connected and make our Verizon network so reliable. So from my entire family, keep doing what you always do. Help us get through this together.
Oh, my dad's taking a video. Don't say anything illegal.